Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I did not even have to restart my computer. I don't really know what caused that, to be honest with you. I think maybe someone's getting internet installed and they unhooked our stuff temporarily. Either way, this run is going swimmingly. I was just like, man, people are... They must be watching in stunned silence over how good this run is going. Well, let's hope that that doesn't happen again. Ah! That doesn't sound like you. I did have to end stream on OBS and bring it back, even after the internet came back. So I don't know what happened there necessarily. I guess it just couldn't recover from the failure. Either way, we're back. Just apartment things, just single internet service provider things. Scoop. I want that money. Whoop! Okay. We have not found the black market yet, but we're getting pretty good money. Our economy is good. We've also already got cup, which is good wood. What if this was the beginning of a spliced video that I had pre-recorded of my 799 ascension, and this is the run? Do y'all think I would do something like that? Do you think I would go through that kind of effort? Be honest. No, but you think you'd... Yeah, I know y'all would say something like that. Get destroyed with great animosity. This is the black market floor. I heard the pip. We don't have gloves, dude! Ugh. Watch out for that bear trap. I think it's like right here where this bear trap is. Maybe? That was a little weird though, when Dan's controller was going crazy after he beat Melania, because like his hands were off of it. He must have been smashing the trigger buttons with his like legs up against his desk or something. I truly don't think it was fake. But it was interesting. Oh, watch out for that bear trap. What the heck, man? Is it up? My rope. Oh, it's fine. Okay. If it was fake, he'd have to be on TV a couple times for people to be able to believe him. He has acted before. In fact, the entire premise of his acting was, as everyone knows, subterfuge. But Dan does it in such a way, like, I don't know about y'all, but when I see Maybe it's because we just have more exposure to the way he behaves on stream, which is like less of a character. I mean, it's a character, but it's not the same kind of character he would put on for a national TV show. I feel like he does it in such a way where it's like a dad trying to trick his kid in some like goofy way. Like a, I got your nose, you know, type thing. This sucks, by the way, no jetpack. I will buy these, and these, and these! Squeep, 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 scooty doo doo doo, and ropes. The rest of our fortune to ropes. Give me it back. My dad took my nose one time when I was a kid, never gave it back. And it was all downhill from there. Do we need more bombs? I think we need to save money. The cruelty, I know. My parents were very young parents, so they always like to joke around a lot. I was like, in my youth, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, my parents are getting a good rise out of me. But then at the same time, like, as I got older, I was like, that is pretty funny. Like when they just like laughed at me after I almost drowned in the ocean. Or when I almost dove into the deep into the pool thinking it was the shallow end. Do y'all like to go to the pool? What do you do at the pool when you get there? Do you swim? Or do you hang out? Yay! Sit in the sun? Platinum Fox, I bet you're the kid that was like splashing water on people and dunking their friends underwater. Pool basketball? Child services? No, don't. My parents were good parents. Ultimately, they were, like I said, they were inexperienced. I was like the practice child. Oh, double boxa. Bomb box! Holy! I'm glad we didn't buy that one in the black market. This run is good, man. Minus not having a jetpack, this run is good. This is a good vanilla run right now. You love the pool, but they're gross. They are pretty gross. Like, conceptually, it is kind of gross. It's like they're creating a human broth. Ah! The wave pool at Six Flags Whitewater is maybe the scariest, most disgusting concoction of liquid ever contrived. Quick! How did we, that monkey did not touch us? That's weird. We went right through that monkey. You would love your own pool, but that's not a thing. I feel like having a pool is such a weird luxury to have because like, unless you can afford to have someone come out and clean it and maintain it and do all that stuff with you, it's basically a full-time job for like extremely low output gain, you know? It sucks. My uncle had a pool and all he ever talked about was how much he hated taking care of the pool. And I was like, why do you have a pool? Oh my God, yeah. The Chinese water park wave pool. That's like nightmare fuel, for real. One time I was in the wave pool at Whitewater and I screamed because like there was 1,000 people in there and the waves started up, but I got a belly full of human broth and I almost drowned. I like noped out of there so hard. I haven't been back to Whitewater since. I hate Whitewater. It was salty, man. The water was salty. Ugh. Hot tubs are better to own than pools. That makes more sense, especially in places with like a colder climate. It's basically just a big bathtub. Your sisters hated the wave pool because of freaks? Yeah, it's also like a gropathon. It's gross. The best part of whitewater, though, the thing I used to think was the best, was when I would watch people go down various water slides and they would, like, tumble and flip and, like, get just violently expelled into the pool at the bottom. And then, like, you watch them kind of stumble out of the pool. Like, that was so much fun! When really they're, like, hiding their discomfort. And the fact that they just, like, basically fell down like 12 flights of stairs with water on them. There was this one slide at Six Flags Whitewater called the Dragon's Tail, I think it was called. And the way it was designed was like a staircase. So you had like slide, huge drop, slide, huge drop, slide, huge drop. And basically the slide would allow you to build up so much momentum that when you got to the drop part, you wouldn't go down it. You would just fly into the air and land back down on the slide as you went. And people got so messed up on that. It was like a crash course in violent physics. I used to think it was pretty funny to watch. But, you know, now that I'm older, it hurts me. And I realized that, like, I also would go down the slide and I would, you know, get injured essentially. But some kids are like gluttons for punishment. They'll just go down the slide like head first and get beat the hell up. And then when they get down at the bottom, they're like, haha, that's so funny. Wasn't it funny, guys? How I just almost broke my neck on this water slide? It's like, yeah, it was actually pretty funny. I'm glad you're laughing and not dead. Okay! Pretty good run. We got a great vanilla! Oh! That was close. The amusement park near you has the second oldest roller coaster in the US. You're doxing yourself pretty hard with that intel. I just don't think I'm built for amusement parks. I also worked at Six Flags over Georgia. So I got to see like the interior, the guts of the whole operation, and just how like everything's holding on by like a tiny thread essentially. And it made me like, I don't know. The machinery that pilots the mechanisms of a roller coaster seem far too complex and potentially hazardous for a bunch of like minimum wage 17-year-olds to be operating. Holy, what the heck was that? Because trust me, I was one of them. Holy bombs! My favorite part of working at Six Flags was when someone threw up on the ride. I would just send the empty train carts through to let momentum throw vomit off of it and then give it a quick wipe. It would happen like at least once a day, which sounds crazy, but you have to understand the volume we were dealing with and the conditions. I feel like Six Flags at Georgia specifically is an exercise. It's like a scientific experiment in getting people to throw up because it's hot as hell. All the food is like 600% your daily intake of sugar in like one bite. The rides are like flinging you around at Mach 20. Whoop! You're experiencing more G's than the astronauts. And then everyone throws up. Most of the time they would throw up like during the ride though. And then in that circumstance, sometimes the puke was negligible. It's the ones that got back to like the train cart, like the holding station at the back, waiting to be let in when the next train left, that would throw up on the like the seat and stuff. Those were the ones that had to get flung. Oh yeah, if you're walking through like a roller coaster, like a theme park, and suddenly you feel like a slight drizzle when a roller coaster slings past, it's not rain. That is not rain. Shouldn't have done that. My ropes. I don't like this guy right here. Bad place to be. Run. I gotta do the star challenge. Hop! I want the clone gun just so we can maybe get maybe get a jetpack from the box from Joel. Beware the crabmerel. They do be spitting poison bubbles. I missed. God, everything's harder to do without jetpack, man. We've become both stronger and weaker as a result of the jetpack. Please jetpack in the crates. You're fine? You're good? Okay. Because we also have to do the onk skip if we don't get one here, and I'm not confident in my ability. Will the bear trap kill Joel instantly if it's opened? Uh-oh. So don't swim down there. I should not have put that bear trap in the water, man. That was a bad idea. Oh! Never mind, it got snapped. Skirt! Ugh. Yeah, like what if I placed a bear trap right here where he's scooting up against? That should be, we should experiment with that someday. All three the same color? What? What are the odds of that? Oh, I thought that was a jetpack. Ah, crap. The odds of, no, the odds of that are so small. There's like so many different types of presents. And usually, I think the present is the only thing that when you clone it, it kind of like randomly cycles the type it is. "50-50", either it happens or it does not happen. I think they should get rid of like, here's my take on mathematics is that they should get rid of teaching kids calculus in high school. And instead they should teach kids combinatorics and probability. Discrete mathematics, basically. Because they need to be able to realize that the lottery is a scam. You did both? We did not. I didn't take discrete mathematics until college. And I don't think our school offered a discrete mathematics course, period. Monty, Godspeed. Where's my sword? Calculus and vectors? Y'all learned vector math in high school? This is a jetpack. I think the most complicated our math got in high school was like Calc 2. There were some physics courses that got pretty hefty, but I didn't take any of those, so I can't speak on them. Those were for the smart kids. What did we do in Calc 2? We did, I think Calc 1 was derivatives, and then Calc 2 was integrals. Is this too close to the wall? I think we're okay. That was pretty fast. Come on, man. Thank you. Yeah, integrals were interesting. Don't bonk too hard. Geep! Ah! Wait, we have gloves. That's the first time we've managed to do onk skip in a while. Did it get him? Yes. We fell out of practice with the onk skip once we started doing jetpack skip. And it's also just harder to do it without Vlad's cape. I think math got hard. I was a math major in college for a while. I took like a bunch of like mediary, like middle of the road level math courses for a math major. So like definitely harder stuff than your like general education requirements. But I remember the second I took like a real probability and statistics course, not the one that's like, oh, let's calculate the standard deviation of this curve or whatever. It was like, hey, let's talk about the scientific theorems of a Poisson distribution. I was like, nah, I can't do this. I can't make my brain in its current state care enough about this to understand it. That and differential equations. Differential equations were like I barely passed that course. Whoop! Oh, we got Monty, it's okay. We don't need boots, we don't need ropes, so no caveman. We just need to get off this floor. Man, I wish killing the suit of armor, like the mech right here, would give you a jetpack potentially. Because look, he's got a jetpack. He's wearing one. Whoop! Holy, get out of here. There's another UFO up there. Look at that pot. Hop! Need the wrench to disassemble mecha? Is there a wrench item? I don't think so. That could be a jetpack. Not a jetpack, but we'll take it. You? Jeez Louise, look at all the like friendlies that are getting murdered by all the stuff in here. Just turkeys everywhere. Man, I don't like this. Go! Okay, stay calm. See, we can be brave now that we don't have a jet. Yeah! Wait, now that we don't have a jetpack? No fear. Anna Linkle, what's up? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Is that how you pronounce your name? Not having jetpack is advantaging. We'll see. We'll see. I usually have jetpack during this whole stint. I'm more comfortable with the jetpack at this point, but we do the copium thing where when we don't have a jetpack, we're like, well, at least we can't explode with fire. And in some ways that helps, but in other ways it hinders because then I become more reckless. You don't even think about how one would spell the name when you came up with it? Anilinkle. I'm gonna call you Linkle. Isn't that like a character from Zelda? Leave. Wait. This is the jar. We gotta get the jar. So much tedium when you don't have a jetpack. Look at all this stuff we gotta do, man. It's dark. I can't see. Where even is it, man? What? Is that it up there? Linkle is the princess. Oh, I see it. Scroop. That was a weird delayed shot. All right. I'm gonna say tall jade vortex. Go for Oni? Oni or Linkle? Oni Linkle. Oni Linkle. Items. Welcome in. Are you a Splunky enthusiast? Cracked Jade Onk. Okay, I had 1 out of 3. Cracked Jade Onk. It's always Jade, man. I think Jade is the most popular. Cracked Jade Onk. I see a smiling and a simple Jade Onk. Splunky noob, you still haven't beaten Olmec? Well, strap in. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two. Don't. I hope you take. Oh, bombs in the wall. 1 bomb for 2 bomb. Why not? I'm pretty good at this game. I'm not that bad. Don't let people fool you. My PB is 764. Woo! I didn't see that jetpack at first. Or by jetpack, I mean elevator. Skirt. Okay. Not a whole lot of time. Okay. Nice one. Look, that's pretty good. Platinum Fox, what's your PB? We have resources, we better use them. We gotta keep this guy alive. He must live. Ah! He must stand trial. Get out of my face. You leave. Be gone. Okay, go to the party, get you some shrimp, and get out of here. If they made the, yeah, if he made the elevators like sometimes go all the way up and sometimes not go all the way up, I would be super upset. They would just be like like completely avoidable. Kind of like the crush blocks in the temple. You would not be able to trust them even a little. Kind of want that UFO to die, but it's okay. We'll just go this way. Safe, 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 safe. Blow those up. Okay. Stay safe. Quick! Okay. Will I do you a favor and kill Tiamat? Why would I do that? She didn't do anything wrong to us. She has not wronged us in any way. Why are we trying to kill Tiamat in the first place? Elevators move 2 times faster in the mod? No way. The game is already so cruel. Why must we make it even more cruel? Yo, Neosa, what's up? Hope you're having a good Saturday so far. Okay, that was maybe a little delayed. I was a little too far down there. Scoop! Whoa, Neosa, that's your first time chat message as well. Oh my gosh. Welcome in. Not that you've ever seen the Qilin with your own eyes, but why is it safer to carry it around? I find that it's safer because like the way that I move is predictable. Like it's what I'm used to compared to what he does. So I just feel like carrying him is more likely for him to survive. Also, he doesn't fit through 1 tile wide gaps, kind of like a turkey. So he's slower in those situations. Whereas if you carry him, it's just immediate. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the lurk. Hope you have a good time with your mom. Enjoy it. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I've seen people ride Qilin and all that good stuff. But for me, it's better if I just, like, keep my movements predictable and samey. All right, Sunken City. We don't have clone gun, so unfortunate in that circumstance. But what if this was the rare occasion when the sun challenge did not show up? Okay, never mind. It's here. All right, just please be good. Please be good. I like going top right. Whoop! All right, jerk. Get him. Hide. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. The grapes will clear that up. Safe. Yeah, also, yeah, if I don't have the clone gun, who cares when the sun challenge shows up? Safe. That was clean. That was clean with it. Quick! Slurp it up. Pretty good resources, all things considered. I still can't believe that one run where we had like 4 ropes before the sun challenge. Oh, we had 0. I think we had 0 ropes because we had to whip. We ended up doing really well on that very low resource run. All right, watch out for poison. We gotta find Waddler. There's poison right there, but I think we're gonna be safe. Quick! That was weird. We were so far away from that, and it still popped, causing us to drop our stuff. Yeah, I purposefully used the clone gun to try to get a jetpack from Joel's present. Didn't work out, of course, as it is wont to do. Yoink? Okay. It really does, yeah. Spikes, crush blocks. Getting cursed is one of my, like, least favorite things in this game. But there are items that will help you in that situation. I just never go temple, so I don't have elixir. Go! Whoo! That was clean. We could also get Monty and take him down, but I think we don't have time. We gotta get off this floor. Let's just go. Also, falling from high distances is an instant kill. Look at him garbling it up. Garble? Gobbling? That's what I meant to say. Poison. Bop! Okay. Jerks. You hate websites that have a keep you signed in option, but they never keep you signed in? I agree. That's just it's one of those things too where it's hard to tell if it's the website's fault or if it's like your browser's cookie management failing. Because that stuff is almost exclusively piloted by your browser's cookies. So if you have like an add-on or an extension that's messing with those, it could be that, or it could just be the browser bugging out in general. Or it could be another website's cookies are like colliding with yours in some weird way. I don't really know. Mikal, what's up? How are you today? Oh, what if that was a jetpack? Oh man. Jetpack in the wall would go so hard right now. It also just might be that the website is badly handling cookies, because they can be tricky to handle if you don't have like a service handling it for you or like a package doing it for you. Whoa! Oh yeah, the bow is also extremely fragile. If this bow is lost or the arrow is lost, we are dead in the water. We have to just kill Hundun and call it a run. You learn to be very good at, or at least better at risk assessment. Run! Another item in the walls, but it's not a jetpack. How could they? She'll be fine. She's mad, but she's not that mad. Casino website, so it's probably garbage. Yeah. It's hard to say. You know what I bet it is? Because it's a casino website, I bet they have like a lot of like really complex country options for managing cookies, because I bet there's some of them that are like, gambling is illegal in this country, we have to run all these checks. If you use an ISP, or if you use like a VPN that's bouncing your IP around to countries that are not where you actually are from, and it might be causing issues there. There's just it's a whole mess. Internet security is weird because it's like, it's a requirement forced on systems that haven't really updated much since like the 90s. And it's hard to remain compliant with laws and whatnot. Oh, I don't like this corridor. Yeah, Monty took one for the team there. It happens. Let's just try not to get poisoned in his honor. All right, this is it. We want Vert, no poison. Vert, no poison. That's not Vert, man. Quick. Watch out for that. That's Vert. That's no Vert and poison. We hate that. Okay. Will this break it? It will. Okay. It was worth it to me. It was worth it to me. All right, this is super annoying. Oh, hi, Hundun. Get out of the way. The frogs. The frogs! Expert level trolling? Okay. I'm just afraid to put the bow down on this floor, because if you do, it's like, goodbye. Just looking out for riffraff up here, no poison? Okay. No sticky hands. That was a pretty tough ascent, what the crap. Chemicals are in the water to make them explosive. They got, what's that stuff? Fireball whiskey in the water. Okay. That ascent was ugly. So close to Hundun. I've seen House do that. House will like kill Hundun before he even gets to the top. That's crazy. How could you possibly do that? You'll miss out on the cool song. Stomp? I'm not stomping. We have plenty of bombs. Thoughts on Minions ceremony at the Olympics? Was there a Minions ceremony at the Olympics? I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of like over the Olympics. They don't feel exciting or anything like that anymore. It just feels like, I don't know. Like, it was always kind of like a dick swinging contest, but now it feels like a dick swinging contest in the wrong ways. There was a Gojira concert at the Olympics? Was that in, like, when it was in Tokyo? Alright, here we are. Cosmic Ocean, welcome in. Slurp it up. I feel like we always, 100% of the time, get Sunken City starts. Has anybody else noticed that? Not that it's a problem. I would rather it be this than most other types of floors. Alright, we saw 2 of the orbs up top. Seems like a pretty small floor. It's also very, like, compartmentalized. That was 1. Yeah, Neobabble's the worst, especially with Jetpack. Temple's the second worst, just in general. And then Volcana. Hate Volcana. And then the rest are kind of equal. The rest are kind of equal. This one's bad because poison is an issue. But other floors also have poison, so... Like, we probably shouldn't be in the loop right now. There's our final orb. Hopefully that doesn't pop it, because I have not seen the exit. That's for us to know where the orb is. I bet the exit is bottom right. I don't want to go that way, though, because of the poison situation that may occur. Look at the tadpole, man. This floor has felt very... Okay, there's our exit. I don't love this exit. I kind of want to open it up a bit, just so it's easier to get to. And then it's pretty low hazard, otherwise. The Saudi esports thing is pretty minkus. Didn't they buy TSM? Or they created a team called Falcon or something like that? And then they, like, sniped a bunch of players from all the best teams. And they're paying, like, the players crazy amounts of money, but at what cost? I know, like, Imperial Hal was, like, a huge Apex Twitch streamer on TSM. And was on TSM for, like, years. And then suddenly he was on Falcon Esports out of nowhere. Here's all 3 orbs. You'll love to see it. I want to throw something at this one. I guess we could bomb it, but let's try to conserve resources. There's a torch. Oh! That could be a problem. Ah! Never mind. Sports washing. Here's my question. Why? Maybe I just don't understand sports. But it feels kind of like, who cares if you're, like, good at it? I guess it's money. It makes money. I guess that's the problem. I'm not the target audience. Holy! Okay. The exit is very close. This is a small level. I don't like that landmine. Did you see that little dipsy doodle? Whoop! Okay. Because the world's shifting to renewable energies, so they need to diversify, and they're trying to do so and just push aside all the awful things they've done up until now. How do you come back? Whoa. Watch out for crush blocks, man. That was what ended our last Cosmic Ocean attempt, was an instantaneous crush block at the start. We could get some HP here. Is he gonna fall off the edge? That might be a good final orb. I forget how to do this. You drop the cape. This isn't working. I don't remember how to do this. Whatever. Leave. He popped that orb for us. I'm glad that wasn't the final. Alright, keep your eyes peeled here. Send that one up. Get the cat out! Okay. I think the last orb is going to be like bottom left or something. We haven't seen that yet. Yeah, I usually carry a body to do that trick, but I didn't have an easily accessible one, so I said nah. There's that orb. The exit is quite far. We could make our way up. We're gonna have to deal with that mommy too. I hate that. That did not kill the mommy. I think we can sneak our way up there. Now we just have to make our way into this. I don't like this Crocman either. Alright, what do we do? We're gonna pop it and then we're gonna go quick. Uh-oh. Scoop! Ha! I did not think I was jumping there. I thought I was gonna hover. Get in the door! Okay. Yeah, 25 ain't much, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Watch out for crush traps. And by crush traps, I mean the spike balls. That could be a good final orb right there. Yeah, that jump was scary. I got sweaty palms after that. Okay. I miscalculated where I was on the edge. Woo! Welcome in, whoever you are. Don't go up on this floor, go down. Going up is how you get crushed by a spike ball. Is that 1 or 2? That was 1. Probably shouldn't be dropping bodies like that. Did I get weak knees, heavy arms, mom's spaghetti? I did. Is the new Eminem record any good? Is he cooked? I don't really know. I don't know what's up with Eminem these days. I just hear he keeps getting into fights about people wanting to date his daughter, and it's kind of like, who cares? Yo, Bartimus, what up? That's our final. Okay, let's send these away. Just because I don't trust myself here. Bonk. That's cool. People allege it's good. I don't know, it's like, I feel like my attention span these days is not long enough. Hey, compass. I don't think we had that. Not that it's useful anymore. But now we got the full gambit. What's the difference between a gambit and a gamut? Gambit is like a trick you play on somebody. A gamut is like an array of things. 2 Orbas? That is what it is? Okay. Weird exit. This looks like it's on the edge. I would rather come across this way, though. We just gotta deal with the trash. I'm scared. Okay, it exploded. Where's that rock? Just as long as it isn't horizontally evanescence. Look at this guy! What happened? Where'd he go? Oh, he's flipping through the space. Gambit is also an X-Men. Yeah, doesn't he have, like, card powers? I remember he was in X-Men Origins Wolverine. God, what a trash movie. Uh-oh. That was a little stupid. Woo! He skirted it! Okay. Who is the guy that played Gambit? Alright, orb popped. Did he ever... Did that ruin his career permanently? Random arrows just falling through the everything. Wah! This could be a good final. Channing Tatum was supposed to be Gambit in a standalone film. Whatever happened to Channing Tatum, too? Is he, like, doing, like, Broadway and stuff now or something? Ooh. Okay. That was 2. Okay, we know where the final orb is, and the exit is close to it. Linkle, I have seen that happen, yeah. Not to me personally, but I've seen someone playing have that happen to them. It was quite stressful, but luckily the player I was watching is really good, so they were able to just kite the jelly until they found the exit. Oh lord. I don't know what that is. Okay. Proton for 10 months? Thank you so much for the 10 months. That's a creature card. That's a good time to take a small break, do a little creature card action. You ready? There's articles about Tatum's Gambit movie. What are the odds? Whoa, Proton. You have pulled the vulture. Look at it, how majestic. Wowee. That's pretty. Let's see what it says about vultures. Also, yeah, we can put Linkle in the meadow. Vulture. Uh-oh. Death. Scavenger. Transition. Death is near when the vulture emerges, as the vulture feeds off dead and decaying animals. When the vulture glides into your view, danger is near and it's time to be on high alert. Barnabas, thank you for the 5 months. What are you avoiding? Take this as a warning that something is afoot. Death is also a sign of transformation. The death of an old identity in order for a new one to emerge. The vulture waits for the right opportunity to feed. As the flesh starts to rot, bacteria multiply over the surface of the dead animal and excrete toxic chemicals to break down tough skins for easy access. Therefore, the vulture asks that you wait for the right opportunities to swoop in for the kill. Like the fly. The vulture feeds off decay, but it also cleanses the decay from the environment by absorbing it. The vulture encourages you to be resourceful and look to your own wits and solve the problems in front of you. Remember to keep it simple. Okay, so you pulled the death card from like a tarot card perspective. It's not a bad thing. Just relax. Also, Barnabas Fowl for the 5 months. Creature card time for you as well. Ooh, you would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies flew into your mouth while you tried to sleep. You pulled the Firefly. Let's see what it says about the Firefly. I've also seen fireflies this year. I thought it was interesting. Illuminate, glow, hope. The unassuming firefly appears quite ordinary in daylight. However, its magic turns on at night as it illuminates against the dark sky as if one of the stars. The firefly lights the path for you to shine and asks you to forego the world of external appearances to look within. Give yourself permission to ignite your inner gifts. The light that fireflies use is a means of communication, especially in mating rituals with specific messages of attraction embedded in every flicker. The firefly would like for you to trust that you are drawing the right people into your life. Not everybody belongs in your circle, and those that do will find you. However, you must also lay the groundwork and meet the universe halfway. Fine-tune your flicker and core beliefs, and you will attract those like-minded beings you've been waiting for. In doing so, you take on a conscious approach to life. It isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Thank you so much for the continued support. Linkle, around here we have a little thing called The Meadow. It's a project I've been developing. This is like a Twitch integrated platform specific to my computer where you as a viewer get to exist in this little world I've created. So I'm going to sprout you now. Oni Linkle. You start out as a flower. Welcome in. Coming in right down the middle. Bashish. Welcome, welcome. All right. Back to the cosmic ocean. Let's go. First tide pool, aka Teal Temple. We're in the process of renaming all the floors, all the variants, as different types of temple. This one used to be Blue Temple, but it's now Teal Temple because we realized that the ice caves was a thing. And also, Neo Babylon is kind of blue, but mostly purple. Maybe it's perfectly even. We got whooped. All right, so that was 1. That's 2. Keep. Goodbye. Ah. Oh, what that crap, dude? Ugh, whatever. Don't waste your time on these guys. I want to locate the exit before we pop that orb. We know it's like middle bottom. Seems like a pretty large floor. Not too big, but I think the exit's probably up here somewhere. Whoop! That guy's gotta go. Whew! Oh, I wanted that to be my final orb. It just feels like it's less in the way of everything. Wait, did we see the exit? I think we might have. I think it's bottom right. Or like middle bottom. A little bit to the right. Not on the edge, but in the guts. No, it's just bottom right. Okay. Look at these dang bubbles, dude. That's okay. He can stay there. I don't think it's a good idea to throw this. I'm worried it would loop around somehow and hit me. Another tide pool with 2 orbs right off the rip. You'll love to see that. We don't have glasses? That's super unfortunate. I want to keep that there. It's bottom right, remember. Uh-oh. Evanescence crab. It has a lot of velocity. It'll be okay. That's a better final orb. Oh, yeah, I should have got them. Sometimes I forget I don't have... Like, I don't have glasses because I think I have them because of the Jedi. Oh well. I'm sure we'll come across them eventually if we keep going. How is it so cozy yet so stressful? That's a great question, honestly. I agree, though. This game mode, like, playing Cosmic Ocean, feels really cozy. Uh-oh. Please don't be Evanescence. Oh, thank you. I hate it when there's a falling platform. Alright, all the orbs are pretty centrally located except for one, perhaps? There's it, okay. Music is really good, yeah. Will this go? It will go, okay. Final orb is below this one, and the exit's right here. I gotta clean this exit up. I don't trust myself not to run into this Yeti on accident. Get owned. I was going too fast. Too fast! Too clumsy. Our cape is by the exit. Which is right here. Okay. Just stay calm. Yep. Ha! Okay, stay calm. We're fine. We're fine. Ah! What the hell? I didn't realize they could fly into those. Hugging the jelly is not winning. What flavor do you think the jellyfish is? That's definitely like a blueberry flavor. Or like a wild berry. Huckleberry. It's huckleberry. Grape? I don't know. It looks more huckleberry to me. Huckleberry thin. Exactly. Swoop! Did y'all see me escape that though? That was pretty cool. Pretty skilled, if I do say so. Touching the jelly, not so skilled, but we recovered pretty nice. That is a better final orb. Another extremely annoying series of Yetis. Losing your backpack item is very stressful. I think we can maybe leave them alone. They can Pog Eternal. Pog Eternal. Run. Saw that orb. We gotta deal with that guy, but we'll worry about that in a second. I accidentally hit the whip and the rope buttons at the same time there. All three orbs located. Where could the exit be? If it's right here, then we won't worry about going and dealing with that witch doctor, like I said. It's up here. Kind of awkward. I would rather just rope here. It's gonna come to us from the right. Get rid of all this stuff that could potentially be hazardous. Those Yetis traveled all... I was talking about this in House's chat the other day. Do y'all think that the Yeti, or do y'all think that the creatures in Cosmic Ocean basically like lived here their whole life, and then right as you show up, they start stepping on like landmines and crap? Get out of the spider webs, Gwen Stefani. Ah! The Cosmic Ocean is generated as you step through it. So you're meaning to tell me these people just like, they never existed prior to my arrival? Get owned. That looks like the exit in which it is. Getting pretty good at locating those right off the rip. Alright, let's just go down. We'll remember that the exit is kind of like bottom right. Bottom right-ish, yeah. They're displaced here from the earlier levels. Thank you for the boomerang. Alright, is there a witch doctor up here? That was the last level. Starting to get the lines blurred. We need the music to come back. Focus starts to lapse as soon as there's no music. This must be a very tall level, because I have not seen a single orb. Oh, don't let him drop you into that. Oh man, that would have been so bad. Get stunned right into the man trap as it wakes up. The beep, what up? It's a pretty good run. We just lost Onk a few floors ago, but we're recovering from that. The beep, how are ya? Hope you're having a good Saturday. We didn't see any of the orbs right side, so they have to be left side. I hate this. Ah! Okay. Monkey? Okay. We gotta hurry. Don't worry about that witch doctor. Worry about this witch doctor. Where the heck are these? Okay, there's one. Have we seen any others? That's two. Okay, so we have seen at least one. I see the other. Wow, what a horrible place for it to be. We gotta hurry. It's like right down there next to this Joker. Yeah, I see it. We should have just blown this wall up. Now, admittedly, I kind of forget where the exit was. I think it's bottom right-ish. Yeah, okay. A lot of jungle. Which, you know, I don't like because of the curse situation, but probably better than, like, temple or something. Pretty small floor. I see all three orbs already. Running low on ropes, surprisingly. Welcome to the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. Things you don't like to hear. .org.jpg. What the hell? Where did you come from? What was he doing, man? That was a lot of vert. Holy crap. This is our final orb. He just arrived out of nowhere. Okay. Where do these guys keep falling from? What's going on up there, dude? Usually they just pace back and forth. I guess the monkeys? The monkeys are doing it. Get this bat. I didn't even see that guy. Okay. My boomerang? Oh, my boomerang. Whatever. Guns N' Roses? Was Guns N' Roses ever, like, good? Alright, watch out for poison. It's one. How did that guy get his voice to do that? Same thing for the guy from AC/DC. What's up with that, dude? Did that guy just talk like that? I saw that other orb, but I wanted to locate more stuff before we get too deep in here. This is a very wide level. Exit's top right, though. What a take. I'm not saying they're bad. I just, like, their music strikes me as, like, almost, like, satirical. There's two AC/DC singers. What about the one that did Back in Black? Have you heard the vocals isolated for that song? Look up Back in Black isolated vocals on YouTube and report back with your reactions. Uh-oh. I did not mean to jump into that, but it kind of worked out, I guess. I probably should have used that other orb as the final, but this is okay. Have you seen the TikTok where they're like, all right, we'll call your band AC/DC. Now who will be the singer? And then someone else says in a raspy gremlin voice. Oh yeah. I have seen that. That's a good one. This is our first Neobab. Look at that extremely rude elevator. Get fricked. Okay. I'm glad we moved. Hop. Whoop. Okay, you know what? We're fooling around. We're goofing. We're goofing around. Just get this orb and get out of here. Whoop. Oh. Yeah. Okay, goodbye. I did not see that. Beep. Okay. Just stay calm. Watch out for lava. We haven't seen the exit yet. I don't want to stand on the top. There's a lava spill incident. This is not where we should not be. Yeah, okay. The lava is mostly contained. There's an orb. Dude, this sucks. Exit's probably like bottom left or like left side somewhere. Although I thought we saw most of the left. Wait, I think we saw the exit too. It's like up. Don't stand here. I thought I saw it when we took this elevator up. Like a tail. Yeah, there it is. Ugh. Get out of the way! Okay. Alright, this is very badly located. There's a good final orb, though. Okay. I don't remember. Woo! Sheesh! That other orb was over here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Hate this level. Jeez. Just reckless behavior. Okay. How do we get over there, though? That's the question. Oh, like that. Bah! I'm glad they didn't pop the orb. Honestly. What? Safe? Thanks for not knocking me straight into the jelly. What about the story of a journalist criticizing AC/DC for releasing essentially the same album 12 times, to which they responded, actually, it's been 16 times? Hey, some bands do that, and you know what? If it works, man. Like, think of Breaking Benjamin. Those dudes wrote the same song like 40 times, and they're still popular. You know what? More power to them, honestly. If the formula works, why deviate? It's like an easy paycheck. I feel like if you did like a word cloud of... How many levels before the boss? About 60 more. What up, Mocha W? Welcome in, how are ya? Are they popular? They're pretty popular in like what I would consider the suburban American town. I hate this. You only know about them because they did a song on the Halo 2 soundtrack? Which song did they put on it? This sucks. This guy's gotta go. Whew. Okay. Ah! Holy. That was one. This mommy's gotta go. Just go. Okay. Find the final exit or final orb. Goop. Blow Me Away was the name of the song. I feel like if you did a word cloud of every Breaking Benjamin song, you would only have like 6 words and they would all be like break, bow, cold, behind, stuff like that. This is the exit, I think? Nope. Oh, no. Oh, they're so lucky we didn't set that off. Get her! That was extremely lucky. Uh-oh. Great, now we have a cat roaming about. This is a huge level. There's the cat. Get it. Okay. Cat has been got. Oh, buddy. She got me. Fair and square. Stop, 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 stop. How did we let a mommy of all things kill us? That was a horrible temple, dude. Anyone listen to the new Ice Spice album? I don't think I've ever seen this. Ensorcelled? Ensorcelled? Hey, at least we made it past the filter floor. 717. I've never looked at those hieroglyphs. There's a leg with a foot. Well, folks, that was a pretty good Splunky run. I don't have another one in me, but we're not ending stream yet. We have some game development stuff to do. So if you're here for Splunky, thank you so much for hanging out. We are pivoting over to some game development stuff. For those of you unawares, a friend of mine and a moderator of the channel, Average Atlas, and myself are participating in the Pirate Jam that's happening right now. The due date is Wednesday, so we have basically till Tuesday to finish our project. It's coming along pretty good. Yeah, we got killed by a mommy, which was just silly. Okay, software and game development. Boop. The project has come quite a ways since last stream, which was only Thursday, I think. Let me make sure I have all of the most recent changes. I need to really quickly sync up my assets, so I'm going to do that real quick. Dude, come on. Where did I put this stuff? Documents? How do y'all have your Windows machines like configured, like organizationally? Because sometimes I'll put things in the documents folder, but sometimes I put things a layer higher, where the documents folder also is. You lost your weed, Dave? Is it in the couch? Check the couch. It's always in the couch. Okay. Stuff has been synchronized. We've pulled down the most recent changes from the repository. You don't organize anything? That's fair too. Let's take a look at the game in its current state. There are a few bugs that we need to hammer out, but we spent a lot of time yesterday looking at this, and there was a point where we were just like, I can't look at this anymore. So, here's where we are. We still need a title screen. We gotta redo the lights. One of the things on my to-do list is to rework the lights so that they look less awkward. Right now they're too thick. We need to skinny them up. We have all of our light sources, like the HUDs for them are working. Did I do a git pull with a USB? No, I have all of my A-Sprite file projects on this flash drive because I started working on them when I didn't have internet in this apartment because we moved at the start of the jam. So I've just been using this USB stick to transfer them from all my computers. The Git repo is on GitHub. So all of our light sources are functioning and they are producing light, but they look a little awkward. We also have swapped out the assets for the correct ones over here. And a lot of them are functional, but we are missing some of the UI that will control their behaviors. So for instance, mirrors are now functional and you can change the direction of them. But the problem is that we have this UI element that never goes away right now because we haven't gotten rid of it. I thought that we finished this. I think Average Atlas may have forgotten to sync up his changes. Give me 1 second. He's in the middle of getting a tattoo, so I don't want to bother him. But we made it so that this was at least functional and not crashing the game. It's also like crashing my computer. All right. Disaster averted. And I think we also, this build should have, check out the prism behavior. So I wrote a cool custom shader. Look at the rainbow. Taste it. Enjoy it. So a lot of the items are functional. They're just not controllable, which is unfortunate. We even have, I think this is working. No. This is a bug. I think this is like a sync issue. Because mine does not say rainbow lens. I don't like doing things this way. But that's okay. I'll let Average Atlas squash those bugs when we sync up later. Primarily, our objective today is to finish the UI that allow you to control the tools that are available to you. And then similarly, we need to update some of the lights and the logic that can, not controls them, but like there's a shadow that when put through a dark prism, it creates a shadow prism. Actually, I think we have that. That logic's done. What we don't have is when you single out a band of light from the rainbow. We need to figure that out. But first we have to update all the assets. So let me get that going real quick. I don't remember what I did with these. The asset project files are getting a little cluttered. They're getting a little disorganized because we're running out of time. I might have to just open up the file raw. Like the raw PNG of the light files, because I don't think I saved those. So let's go ahead and do that first. Okay, we have this. I know you can't see. I'll get you eyes in a moment. I'm just diving through my file structure. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to skinny up these lights. They're too thick. Originally, they were skinnier, and then we made them thicker because we thought we were going to do, for the rainbows, we thought we were going to do one band of light per, so this is 6 wide. But then we decided that instead of coloring it outright, we would just find a shader or write a shader or tool a shader specifically so that it would cause like a cool rainbow effect when the opportunity arose. So we did that instead. So now the lights can go back to being 4 wide, which is much cleaner looking. The only problem is that that changes a few things. Unless we keep this asset in the same size, I think that'll be okay. Let's just erase 2 off the edge. Skinny it up. And I think this is about as rounded as it can get at this size. Does that save it in the project? If so, that's really nice. Same thing here, we have a long version of all of these that we have to update. Let's see if that did it automatically. It did. God, that looks so much better. Okay. We also need to pretty up the lights in different ways. I want to add like emitters, like light emissions on these, similar to how you see this is glowing. And we have like glow going on in all of these assets as well. So that would be ideal. I also wouldn't mind if there was some transparency behind these, but that introduces some problems with the way that we have the shader for the lights or the rainbows and stuff working. So similar to what I just did, I'm going to open up the other types of light rays we have. I guess you can see this. We need green, small, shadow, we need all of these. We're calling the shadow spectrum a Shanebow. In case anyone was wondering why it's named that. Okay. Let me just edit all of these direct. It's a lot easier than having to re-export them. All we're doing is shrinking them down. I need to open up my to-do list too, because there's a few things I might have lost track of. Oops. I also wonder if it wouldn't look cool if instead of like being a solid thing, it wasn't like dithered or something like that. Might look kind of interesting. We'll see. We have time to kind of play around with some of this stuff, but the big thing we have to do today is kind of reworking the inventory scroll so that it can accommodate the UI behaviors. I have an idea that I want to execute. Alright, so this should shrink up all of those so that they're not as girthy. Oh no, I opened up FL Studio. What auto-loaded? Y'all can't hear this. Huh. I abandoned this a long time ago. Okay. I meant to click this. All lights should be skinnier now, which is good. Bring back the regular music, please. Yeah, that looks so much better. Just It was too thick before. It was taking up way too much space on the tiles and whatnot. We still have to like work on centering these things up, reworking these input tiles because they look a little wonky now. The problem, or the challenge we ran into was that we wanted it so that the light would be hitting off of these in like a interesting looking way, rather than like hitting down here where the stand is. It needed to hit higher up, so we had to pivot the light tiles up just because everything is taller. It creates like an illusion of depth. Shadows should be skinnier. Shanebows should be skinnier. We haven't created a Shanebow effect yet, so it's just solid red. Rainbows are skinnier. And we can't really do anything about the single bands of light yet. Okay. So that's one thing checked off. Let's crack open Notion and take a look at the to-do list. We have... I didn't add... I guess this is part of one of the to-do items, but it's not finished. All right, the next major thing we have to work on is updating the scroll. So let me open up the project files real quick, and then I will illustrate what I'm looking for. Shanebow is a name given by a pair of new age parents. It definitely does feel that way, doesn't it? Okay, so what's happening here? We ran into this issue where we have all these UI elements that like the player needs to manipulate them in order to affect things on the gameplay output. So for instance, a magnifying glass, when placed, needs, like, or when the tile is selected for a magnifying glass, we need a UI element that allows the user to slide something from left to right that essentially creates small, medium, and large shapes on the output table right here. We don't have a UI element for that yet. The only one we actually have one for is the mirror, and you can kind of see it. When you click on the mirror tile, it shows up, but the place that it's at right now is actually superimposed on top of the game board. And we decided that that's not a great idea because it limits your ability to see what's around the mirror tile, and it overall just feels a little kind of convoluted and clunky. I think ideally what we would like to see, what we're going to try to execute on, is when a tile is selected that has a tool on it that has a UI menu that should open, the scroll right here will actually scroll up and reveal the UI menu underneath it. It'll be a really quick animation, but it's like, this looks like it should be a movable thing to begin with, just because it's a scroll. So it seems thematically appropriate that it would scroll up to reveal a menu. And it's actually got me wondering if we shouldn't invert this. You can kind of see how it looks like it's rolled in on itself, where if we reversed it so that the effect looked like it was coming this way, that we could like roll it up and hide these elements as it does such a thing. So we don't have to do any kind of weird, like, some of them are visible, some of them are invisible type situation. So I think we have some work to do, is what I mean to say. We have to update this. I also think we should replace the numbers with smaller numbers. Right now they're 16 by 16 and it looks a little odd. I have the smaller numbers ready to go. They're the same size as this like X, but I don't think we need such large numbers to indicate the quantity of the item. I also think we need some kind of like, I don't know if we need a background element to kind of like differentiate these from being on the page. They just look kind of odd, like superimposed on this. So there's some work to be done here is basically the takeaway. Let's open up the scroll project file. This is really all it is. The layers are pretty minimal, I think. Where is my layers panel? Oh. We have the composite. And then we basically just have the scroll and the word items. It's very simple. This is a smaller version of the font, and then I scaled it up. Okay. Interesting. Let's just say this is items wording. And then we'll group these together just so we don't lose sight of them. Oops. I'm gonna duplicate this for now. Scrolling rework. We're gonna keep the wording essentially where it is, but the scroll itself needs to be updated. So I think, again, the easiest way to kind of do something like this is to change. Here, we gotta hide everything else too. Change this so that it, so that it cuts across. And then take this. Here, I think we actually bring this up a good bit. I know this is going to cut into where we have some of the items, but I think I need to rework where those sit to begin with. Do like this action so that it mirrors what's going on. Although, I think we have to Shift H this. Yeah. Where did this originate? Ugh. You know what? There we go. I actually think it would be easier to take this, dump it on a new layer, and then just recolor it real quick so that I can kind of see easier what's going on with this. Whoops. And then we need like a darker color to separate this, which there's plenty to choose from here, just not the same as the scroll. This is actually very subtle, probably will do the job. Let's merge this down. Okay. And then continue this color. What the heck is this? This now gives the impression that the scroll should like roll up. Like up in towards itself, not like still facing. Shanedo, I know we've been working on assets, but when does the game part come in? Average Atlas has been dealing with a lot of the gamification logic, so like placing tiles down, manipulating light sources, making sure tiles understand what's surrounding them and all that other stuff. The game part is going to come in once we have the final mechanism in play, and that is what Average Atlas and I are going to be working on today. The final game mechanism that we need to work out is taking a spectrum of light and singling it down into a single band of light. That way it can be redirected to the output tile, and then once you have a single band of light or shadow touching the output tile, it starts to paint transmutation circles to the screen, where, for example, in the mock-up, this would be like your target puzzle idea, and you would have to direct light to the output tile to recreate this. You would have to rotate shapes, you would have to scale shapes using the tools provided here in order to accomplish it, but that's the idea. Basically, after we get single spectrum light working today, is when we can iron out any bugs that are causing things to crash unexpectedly, and then build puzzles. So we have essentially Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to polish it up, create puzzles, build any kind of like settings UIs we need, implement sounds, like music, sound effects, and the credits page, the title page, just stuff like that. We're very nearly done with all of the mechanisms involved. The secondary part is just creating the puzzles. And a lot of the puzzles, like we're gonna try to create like guided experiences for the first few. And I think for the sake of the demo, because we're not supposed to release a full title in the Game Jam, but for the sake of the demo of this project for the Game Jam, we'll probably just have like maybe like 8 levels that we've pre-concocted, and then we'll probably build like a randomizer that will pick random shapes that need to be output, and then it'll assign you a series of items that we would assume to be usable in whatever configuration, and then let people kind of just have like a free play mode. But there's caveats concerning that with regards to making sure it doesn't accidentally select a series of symbols that are potentially racist or like shown in an unfavorable light. Like I kind of want to avoid making puzzles with the Star of David included, because you technically could with 2 triangles and one of them inverted. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, I guess, but I don't want to like bring that into it. People get ornery about religious symbols. Okay. Actually undo that. So we have this scroll. It now can scroll up. Now I think we have to like take this as it is. And we need to create a new, just like real quick. I think it'd be easier to have. Well, I suppose we could, no, it's better to do this on its own layer. We stand Illuminati. Yeah, I would much rather the Illuminati symbols be present, I guess. I don't really know anything about the Illuminati, but I think it's mostly a meme, right? All right. Another thing I want to do real quick is make sure I have... I want to grab this from the mock-up. Ugh. Just put it like somewhere here so we know kind of where it should exist in relation to everything else. This is actually a pretty good spot for it. I think this centers it up nicely. Well, first we should create a layer for this. Okay, so this is going to be hiding behind. Let's move it behind. Interesting. Now, we have to start animating this scroll. And I think the easiest way to do it is by like kind of grabbing it at the bottom. Moving it up a few pixels. I want it to be a relatively smooth movement. So we'll go like... I think we could get away with moving it 8 pixels at a time. That's like a pretty good amount of frames. And it's not just going to be about moving it too. It's also going to be about scrolling, like making sure this whole thing gets a little bit larger every time. Just a little bit. So if we take that movement, we select this. We understand it to be 16 by 16 pixels right now. Let's cut it. Before we cut it, actually, let me get the color. And then let's make a circle that meets at the bottom there. But is maybe like 3 more pixels wide. Let's do 4. It goes up 8, it moves up 4 in size. I think that's reasonable. Which means we also need to take this line, move it up. We also need to mimic this on the other side. Man, I love Super Metroid. And of course, we're gonna color this. Okay. Okay. Next frame. This one will probably grow a little bit. Like, it'll grow 8 pixels again, but this circle might not grow that large because it's already starting to compete with the size of the one above it. But we are going to move up 8 pixels. We'll increase the circle every other one. How about that? We just need to make sure this looks clean. Whoops. This doesn't look very clean to me. Let's clean this part. Next one. We'll go up 8 pixels, and we're going to move the circle a bit so that it's a little larger. I suppose we could color over it. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 more pixels taller. Sure. This is gonna look cool, I think. We like tossed this idea around kind of like flippantly, and we were like, but do we really have time for that? And I was like, yes. Yes, we have time. I would like very much for the scroll to be more than just like a static element on the page. And it actually holds like more purpose now as a result of being where the inventory menu rests behind it. Just makes sense, you know? A lot of these things you kind of just discover along the way. That's what I think I like most about participating in this game jam, is that we had like a plan, but we've deviated here and there as necessary, like pivoting when the moment called for it. And I think we've done a great job at maintaining that vision with like reasonable accommodations for new things that we didn't expect. Or things that we didn't think of off the bat. So we're just gonna move this sucker up. Wait, did I move? I didn't create a new frame, did I? Nope. This is gonna be awesome. Okay. Now we move it up again, but we... But we also increase the size of the circle. How are we looking? Okay, it's not that bad. I didn't increase my frame count. Oops. Boop. Okay. We could just draw on top of this. I always forget. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And the good thing too is that because this is such like a, it should be a pretty quick animation. I don't want it to take a lot of time to go through. So it's gonna, like the frames, the amount of frames we have already is quite a lot for such a subtle thing, but it's gonna look very smooth as a result. So it doesn't really matter how good the in-between frames look. It's just the final frame and the first frame have to look pretty solid. Let's see. Is this ever jealous? What is that lunch, Simbera? Sending me pictures of their lunch. Holy, that looks good. Okay. And then this next frame is just going to be another riser frame. Oh, it's dinner. You're right, it's dinner. God, I haven't eaten today. That's not true, I had breakfast. But it was a light breakfast. Oh my god, relax, dude. Okay. Looks good to me. All of the UIs are also going to be the same, like, square shape. So once we're good there. What should I do for lunch? I'm getting a little peckish. Cup of noodles? No, those are gonna make me feel salty. I had a margarita last night at a taco place, and it was like drinking liquid salt. Why do they make them so salty? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. To make you thirsty so you drink more? Oh, is that true? Is that what they have? That's why they have like peanuts at a bar, right? So like fool you into drinking more. Too much, too much. Don't subtract too much at once. Small subtractions. That might be... that's too much. Let's keep it like this. Okay. Scoop. Okay. Looking good, and the good thing is that this circle up here is still so much larger than this one down here. I do recognize that this one is 16 wide and this one is only 8 wide, but I think it'll be okay. Swoop! Shoot! Scoop! 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 almost there. We're over halfway there. I only really want it to be high enough to like display the full menu, and then with like a little bit of padding probably. Park. Man, Nova talking about the lighthouse has got me wanting to watch it again, but I really don't have time. There's like so many things I want to be doing right now, but I'm in the middle of a game jam, and I'm having a great time, don't get me wrong. But man, Nintendo World Championship looks so much fun. I bought it last night, but I told myself I can't play it until this jam is over. I wanted the dopamine hit from at least buying it. I have an interesting idea for how we implement this. Yo, progress pic of the tattoo. It looks sick. That looks so good. God, I'm so hungry. Simbera sent me a picture of food and now I'm like starving. Wait, let's go back to the other frame and erase those 2 pixels. Okay. And here, we gotta go up and enlarge. I like when this song comes on because it's like, hey, buckle up for 10 minutes. How long is this song? 10 minutes. It's also just a great song. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop! Okay. Do y'all get embarrassed when your stomach starts to growl in public and like it's a setting in which people can hear it? I used to get embarrassed when I was like at school and my stomach would start growling like crazy hard. Not really. I don't know why. I don't know why it let it... I don't know why I let it be an embarrassment. I guess because it was like disruptive and I was trying to be completely invisible at the times. It's like the teacher's like, does anybody know the answer to this question? Class is dead silent. And then all of a sudden you hear from like the back of the room and everybody turns to look at me and I'm like, don't look at me. I don't know if I can answer just because my stomach wants to speak up. I probably did know the answer though. I just didn't want to talk. Okay. Getting there. Super close. So close. I think the next scroll up and enlargement will be the last one. New frame. So this will be a 12 frame animation. That's not too bad. It'll take a half second if we're going at 24 frames a second. What is that emote, Kokomakoma? Noodles. That's a good emote. I like the way they flop out of the cup. They're flopping out like an emo haircut. DJ Knuckles, did you rock the swoop, the emo swoop back in the day? Be honest. I can tell when you're lying. Not at all? Oh, okay. I believe you. I had one for sure. You were not cool enough for that? Spoiler alert, bud, it wasn't cool at all. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we need to move this one up and enlarge. We're still not there. God, this menu was large. But, you know what? I think that's... Oh God, we're gonna be barely over. We might have to go 14 frames. One, 2, 3, 4. That's how uncool you were? You thought they were cool? Wait. What happened to this? We must have accidentally lost it. That's okay. Skirt? How'd Spelunky go? We got to 721 or 22 and we died. Not too bad. It was a naturally good time to end because I have game jam stuff to do, which is what we're doing right now. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Not bad for like the lack of practice that we've been subject to ever since the move. It was only 2 runs total, I think. Oops. We're gonna go through each of these frames at the end and try to clean up some stuff that I'm noticing here and there that are not ideal. We're almost there though. I just hope updating the items menu is not going to be that big of a bear. Okay. 13th frame. We'll finally see the top of the menu. I think this is actually where we stop. 13 frames up. We need to correct some things, obviously, but... How many of these have like a border at the bottom? Whoops. So this one's up against the wall and there's nothing at the bottom. Whoops. Nothing. I'm talking about in between the wall actually. So in between the wall and the top of this circle, there's border, border. A lot of border, probably too much border, honestly. Border, probably too much. Probably too much. Probably too much. My battery is low already? I keep leaving my mouse on because I don't have to like worry about the light that it casts. All right, not enough. Okay. Toilet paper roll animation. Scoop. I need to plug out my mouse before it dies. Mock says they're hungry. I am also hungry. What can we do to remedy this? I might go take a small break here just for a second to figure out what we're gonna do about food. Ugh. Hello? How do you work? Oh. Oh, I thought that turned off the music. Okay. And then I think, hold on, one thing we want to do, whoops. I don't know how to do this, but I want to, essentially this bottom layer. We have 8 and 1. It's unfortunate that it's just one layer. Why is it only 1? That doesn't make sense. We actually moved 1 pixel up too much here. That's good though. That's a good thing because what ends up happening now, what ends up happening now, I also, I wonder what this would look like if we shrank the circle to 1616. And by 1616, I mean 16:8. How big is it? 4 tall. Oops. It's not worth dealing with. Okay. What this means is for this, and I don't know how to do this across all frames for it, but what I want to do is I want to just move it down 4 pixels so that there's a 4 pixel border at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, boop. Which I think means that we are now evenly spaced. Ugh, it doesn't move it across all. That's annoying. Did it do it against any of them? I guess it did it to the one where we can't see it? No. Why not? Oh, it did. I mean, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to do this for visual clarity. So this is what it would look like on the final frame. Just chilling in the back. Top of this doesn't have to change. We will eliminate the icons as this scrolls up. I actually wonder. No, I think we just do it this way. This is fine. We can create a pretty convoluted and detailed animation for this, but we don't need this back layer. We just need the top layer. Alright, I'm gonna go see what we can do about getting some food. I'll be right back. In the meantime, enjoy the meadow. I will be right back, everybody. It is time to order some pizza. You know times are desperate when neither of us are going to go out to get food and instead we're ordering pizza to be delivered. That's rare air. Okay. Not pineapple. Why is that a global emote? Alright, Mox wanted a... That is weird. I don't understand like the approval process for global emotes. Ba 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 ba. Bunny charge. Is that a, is bunny charge a Warframe thing? The one. They're odd, yeah. I don't like scrape through them very often. The only global emote I use a lot is the one that's like a microphone. And I don't even use it that much. I just use it when I'm asking an interview style question. Yeah, sings Mike. Pepperoni, bacon, spinach, marinara dipping cup, and then the face on that guy is so cursed. All right. Holy Jesus, this is expensive. Bogman adjacent, yeah. A little bit. That's crazy talk. Jeez. Okay. Food is ordered. Let's see how long it takes to get here. It says between 18 and 29 minutes, so that really translates to between 45 and 2 hours. Okay. This Domino's has the worst delivery track record I've ever seen. It's actually so annoying. Uh-oh. Mox messaged me 12 minutes ago. Oh, that was the I'm hungry. Okay. Alright! Let's make sure we don't show this on stream. Do we get a little GPS? It says that there is one, but I don't believe it's real. I think it's fake. Let's not accidentally show that. Okay. Back to what we were up to. We have our scroll. Pog. Scroll looks good. We're gonna export this into the project real quick. Sorry, I forgot we were this far away, or this far along. Export the sprite sheet, export the file to our Godot projects folder with the repo, assets, sprites, UI. I'm gonna call this inventory scroll. We're kind of rebuilding the inventory a little bit. It was kind of oversimplified at first, which is fine. Yo, look at the sprite sheet for it. That's a smooth transition. Scoop. Okay, it's also a huge sprite sheet. Holy crap. So that's good. Let me real quick also open up these. Did I keep the small ones? No, I didn't. But we can scale them down probably pretty easily. Let's see. I want to try like making these smaller. Did I really not make the numbers smaller somewhere? Are they in here somewhere? I did not. Okay, well. Okay, let's just try to copy them down, see if we can get away with that. I mean, that looks appropriate to me.
Yay!
The scaling looks off. It is off. Why is it doing that? Whatever, just let it be. I don't know why it did that. Ooh, buckle in for another 11-minute song. This one's good, man. This one's like ambient, it's calm, it's peaceful. The scaling is really janky. Maybe I don't need to be like hard capping it. I'm holding shift when I do that to essentially, wait. Okay. To essentially force it to stay the same square proportions, but it doesn't seem to want to work. Oops. It like works better when I don't hold it. Half the space, but some of the links are odd numbers. Yeah, that is true. Because this has to have like a dead center. Maybe that's why, when it's centered on something in a middle pixel. That makes sense. Oops. Probably should have just selected all the numbers and scaled them individually, but I don't know if that would have worked. Like scaled it by itself. It gets weird when you try to scale something perfectly down when it's like a rectangle versus a square selection. Man, this song is chill as hell. Sounds like the Entrance to Xanadu by Rush. I don't know if I've ever heard that. I don't really listen to... I haven't listened to Rush much. I've heard, like... What's that one that's like... That one? Tom Sawyer. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to export these out as numbers small. Boom. We also need to take the items lettering from this and export it out. Remember when Ricky kidnapped Alex Lifeson? I don't know who that is and what that is. Never heard of that. Lifeson? Is that a part of the song? Okay. So we now have all of the components of the new scroll. Let's go into the project and try to rework this puppy. Let me double check I have these things now. We should have... Oh, this is the wrong project. This is the meadow. I was like, what happened to our folder structure? It's all different now. Inventory scroll, numbers small. Yeah, we got it all. Okay. Let me spin up a new... Uh-oh. Let me spin up a new branch and move these changes into it. I don't know why I hide this from you guys. You can't see anything. Anyways. Scroll overhaul. Scroverhaul. Scroverhaul. Bring my changes. Show you? I mean, it's just the get client. Okay. Debugger is complaining about something. Direction is shadowing an already declared variable on line 4. That could be a problem. We'll talk about that later with Average Atlas. So let's see. Scripts, scenes. We want our scene. We want our inventory. So this is what it is present. We have just a background. And then we have our inventory squares making a vaguely phallic shape. Let me check on my pizza real quick. Still in prep circles, that's fine. We need to update this. The items are nicely sequestered into this bucket, which we cannot change the structure of, I think. Otherwise it'll break logic, but that's fine. What we need to do is update this to be a little bit more complex. So let's go ahead and add a new sprite. I'm going to move this. We're going to just hide this for now. Call this the scroll. Man, that's beautiful. Boom! No offset, no centering, and it has 13 animation frames. Okay. This is already colliding. That's fine though. I'm gonna kind of like reorganize how these are positioned, I think. So we have this. That's good. We're going to need an animation player ascribed to this. And then we also need to bring in the text. Why does it look like that? Why does it not look like that is the question. Boop. No offset, just let it sit right there where it used to be. I don't know why we want it separate. Just to make the export process a little more modular, I guess. Okay, so I think first things first, save this. Shouldn't break anything with what we've added because all we really did was create a new background so far. Let's crack open the script for it. There's a lot of signal connection happening here, but that's no big deal. Zorak, welcome back. I'm going to... God, what an awesome soundscape. I think we need to update the inventory. Like the inventory square scene now. This one is a little bit finickier. Truthfully, I don't know if this is being used anymore. Let's look into its script and see if it is. No. I don't think it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. This is old. The item slot. This is where it's populating items. That's fine. This is basically just a placeholder for reference sake. This is the X we have, and these are the numbers. If we just swap out the sprite that it has with the smaller numbers, we need to update its position, but where are the frame coordinates? Oh, I see. You glad some bear made it on the wall? Psh, nobody tell them? They're just chilling there? Okay, let's see. I wish I could see this with items without launching the game. I think we move them up to like the top right corner of each item. Like both of these things. Skirt. I don't know. This like might be too high. Let's see. I also think we can get away with moving it to the left a bit more. Maybe butt it up against that square. The number is rather small now, but I think it looks better. Even at like smaller resolutions, it looks more legible to me. Weirdly enough. It's like the bigness of it seemed out of place. It's like, hey, Grandma! There's your item count, Grandma! Let's move it 2 pixels over. Almost touching the lens. Maybe we move it up 1 more pixel. Ba, ba, ba. Now, a lot of these items are transparent, and they're also like hard to see. Like the prism and the cup are hard to see in this instance. This is fine for now. Yeah, the cup and the prism are hard to see. And they also need to be repositioned, so... I want there to be, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 items. It's a little bit of a, I mean, it's an odd number literally, but it means I think we do like 2 and 2 until we get to like the last item, which I think for the sake of if I had to group these up by what they do, I would probably do the prisms together, the lens, and the cup, and then the mirror and the magnifying glass, and then the wall can be the final thing by itself because it's kind of doing something unique. Like, more unique than the others, in my opinion. So here's the thing. We ran into issues with the items having some transparency layers of their assets having transparency layers. If you remember, this actually used to have like a light blue hue. Same with this, it had a light blue hue. But that became a problem because of this behavior right here. Let me put this here. So when you have light traveling through the transparency layer, what ends up happening when you have a rainbow is that the light band you see here actually becomes green, like a solid green color. And we have a shader in the background looking for that solid green color to turn it into this. And that was not working when it was being underlaid with the transparency of an item. Even if this was rendered on top, it was causing problems, which we're gonna fix rendering, I guess, at some point, but for now it's mostly okay. So we had to take away the transparency of all the items. Which was a bummer, but it was necessary for the shader to work appropriately, and I didn't want to burn more time trying to figure that out. We can also move the number over a bit, I think. This is fine. Don't butt it up, like, right up against it. Let's see if this looks okay. The 4 looks weird. Let's bump it over 1 pixel more. These are the kind of meticulous things you love to have as a problem. Okay. Now the problem is that these are like, the IDs of these are set to their item initialization, and we're about to jumble them around, which programmatically doesn't matter. It just means that we have to actually keep track of what's going on. So these two in the inventory, like this one, this one, this one, this and this are the prisms. And I think if we're gonna organize these by like row. Oh wow, they're not even like locked to the grid right now. This was mirror. I think it would maybe look a little cool to have them like staggered just a little bit. I want to move prisms up to be like the next item you would kind of go for, because like functionally you're going to be manipulating the light with a mirror or what have you first, and then you're going to be dropping prisms to split their color. Maybe we even put the wall up here. I think maybe that actually makes more sense. Let's, hold on, oops. Drag this off screen for a second. Put it like randomly. I think this was the wall. I think we keep them separated by 3 squares on the grid. I think what we'll do to alleviate the transparency issue a bit is we'll create like a background element that kind of encapsulates them that's very subtle in color, kind of like this bottom scroll effect color. something that differentiates them from the background just a little bit, because the background of this scroll right now is very bright. And then we could throw this one in between all of them, in the middle. I don't know which items these are. I don't think we did it right, but let's see. Okay, so we want mirror, wall, prisms, and then these two. These two. This should be at the bottom, is my take. This should be at the bottom. I don't know which one this is. Because this is one of the last items I think people will be messing with, is like singling out a band of color or spectrum. Like shadow or color. We need this to be here, and we need this. We need these two to trade places, I think. I think we moved this row over one set of squares, as it kind of breaks the 3x3 flow that we had, but I think it just looks more natural with the way the scroll is behaving. We'll see if that changes when we add like the background element that's meant to kind of like disguise or like darken the background a bit. The problem is that the square we're looking at is not exactly 100% representative of what the position of the items are. It's a shame we couldn't get a sixth item in here. There's ideas for other item types, but we just simply ran out of time in order to do them, essentially. So now we need to do some stuff. Drag this down even farther. Let's create an animation. Why is this not letting us? Scroll. Just call it scroll. It's gonna take a second, maybe even a half second. Let's just start at a second and drop frames in and see what happens. So we want this to animate the scroll's frames. We can do it every 1/10 of a second to see how that looks. Even with that, though, it'll take over a second for this effect. I think we need to do it every 1/2 of a 1/10. Is that 100th? Every 100th of a second? I know I really can't see what I'm doing on the right-hand side here, but I'm just upping the frame every keyframe we have. Oh, we're done. 12. Okay, delete this. So this is now 0.6 seconds. That's still so slow. It needs to be faster. Never mind this. We'll figure that out in a second. Yeah, we gotta speed it up even more. Honestly, every 100th of a second. That'll be plenty. The good news is we can just drag these around now. Like, it needs to be so quick. Here, you know what? Hold on. Let's grab all of these and drag them over. Scoot. It's a smooth animation. And then this is only 0.12 seconds long. That's fast. That's good though. That looks great. Scoop. 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 Okay. So, here's the thing. This guy becomes hidden. I think what we do to remedy this is we find what item it is, which I think it's this one. This is gonna look so weird, but I think it'll work pretty nice. So here it's gonna be normal scaling, and then wherever it gets to be like roughly cut off. So if we're stepping through this, right at about 0.5 seconds, set the scale where it is here, and then basically by the time we get to the end of the animation, scale on the X needs to be, or on the Y needs to be 0. So what ends up happening is it just gets scoop. That looks so good, man. Whoop. Ho. Scoop. Okay. I wonder what that looks like in engine. Here's what I'll do. Pogging IRL. It's crazy what this thing is capable of, man. I'm gonna say, just for the sake of testing real quick, func process underscore delta, this bad boy. Let me check out my pizza real quick. It's in quality check mode. Let me go put the chair that I said would be outside. I'll be right back. Okay, I leave like a little blue chair outside our door when it's time for food deliveries to happen. All right, so in here, current estimated delivery time is between 16 and 26 minutes. I told y'all it would take like 40 minutes minimum. All right, if input dot action pressed is action just pressed, let's do just space. Here's what we'll do though. I think play reverse is the function. Play backwards. And then this is just play. And then we don't need semicolons, get out of that habit. So now let's just see what this puppy looked like. Oh, I didn't add space as a input map. How do I add the key? Oh. What? There, okay. Yo, Toshigata? Still some colon left. Why is this not some syntax error? I think it's because they're not a problem. Like the engine ignores them for the most part, but I don't think like it's not necessarily required. Like it won't throw an error if they exist.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Welcome in, by the way. Yup. It's a little finicky on the edge there. But ultimately, it's such a small interaction that I'm not too worried about it. Holy, the way this disappears looks so good. Okay. Perfect. Exovims, what up? Welcome in. Is the click for this still active? Maybe if you're like perfect, like frame perfect on it. What happens if I do this? Whoa. That was unexpected. What? Uh-oh. Now we're broken. Okay, we caused a bug. We'll have to figure out how to prevent that. I think there's ways we can do that. If the scroll is engaged. It's not going to be tied to a keyboard input anyways. I just did that for testing. Sounds like our food is about to be delivered. Cool. So that's working, which is good because what we need to do now in the main, we said this would be 4 pixels from underneath this. So I essentially want to try, hold on. I just want to find the positional element required for this. What's wrong with the mirror UI? Why can't I see it? Why is all the texturing empty? That's so weird. Okay. What happened to all this stuff? I had this set up in my other branch. I think it got accidentally overwritten. That doesn't make sense though. Hold on. It is just gone. Interesting. No way, dude. No way. Where did that go? I need that back. That thing was such a pain in the butt to put together. Y'all have no idea. Mostly because it has like 400 arrows. At least they're all exported. Am I just missing where it is? I feel like I must have accidentally lost those changes in the Git repo. Hold on. I didn't delete anything. And the overall setup doesn't seem to mention any changes. Here, I'm gonna do something real quick before we commit all these changes to this branch. So in here, back in the scroll, the inventory, we need to, instead of this being tied to process, we need to just make a function that'll do it. Engage scroll, I think is what we'll call it. All right, let me go see if the food is here. I'll be right back, everybody. Yee. We're back. We have food. Yo, Blaze the Wolf, what up? How are you doing? It's going good. We're in the midst of a game jam. Let's see. Sick. That looks really good. That's a big thing that I wanted to have done. So I'm sad that this is gone. Okay, yeah, we were going to commit changes. For now, let's just say engage scroll. And then okay. Okay, it doesn't like... This was a bug that I think also got fixed in another version of things. It's like clicking on empty squares. That's interesting why that's, or how that's behaving. Unless... This is focus. Yeah, it's causing there to be focus. So that button is becoming focused. Okay. This is technically done. The UI can now show up behind it and it'll look fine. I don't really want to get into the guts of messing with the state management of all this because Average Atlas has done a lot of the heavy lifting there and he'll be able to debug this way faster than I can. One of the things we should do while we're here is kind of mock up the differences, like the gray, not the gray, but like the background elements that I want on that scroll to prevent transparent items from looking very like hidden. And I think the easiest way to do that is to come back in here. Ugh. All right, in here, we need to grab like 2 of the items and then roughly approximate where the X and the number are.
Now we're gonna have a little music,
So let's just grab this.
like old times. Now I'll start the melody on the organ. That's just plain poppycock.
So these are on that 3x3. And I think what we did is that we had them 3 apart like this. And the numbers, they don't exceed like this right here. So if we could create a background layer that encompasses them, that is very light in color, like this is before we reworked the scroll. I think it was like this color. No, this one. Yeah, this looks right. I don't know why I made that such a huge... Okay. Here, we'll make this look more sensible in a second. I just want to square it up. Okay.
Wow.
Mostly because we don't need like this bottom corner. Because it's mostly about keeping the items in line. And then the number, like the quantity of them. So if we did something like this, but cut it off even more, maybe.
That's very nice, thank you.
I wonder what this would look like. And this is, again, just to limit the contrast we have against our items in the background of the scroll. Here's what I say. Let's just import it in there and see what happens. I hate that it's 85 pixels wide. All right, let's see if this works at all. Whoops. Okay, inventory. Keep this up. Let's bring in a new sprite, obviously. We might do this, we might organize these differently if we get the chance here. I just want to see if this is wide enough and looks good. See, the problem is that this is 24 by 24. I don't think I made it wide enough. We'll see. Yeah, this has to be up here. We also need to turn off grid snapping. I do want to see the grid though. Okay. Yeah, we're like, oof. It's a little too skinny. Right now this is 84 pixels wide. I think if we make it 88, I think 88 would look better. Left justify it. Because let's see, that would be 6 more pixels. No, 84 to 88 would be 4 more pixels. That's 2 pixels on the far right border of our number. 2 pixels to the edge and then 2 more pixels. Yeah, let's do 88 and see if that makes a difference. And the good thing about this is that we can just edit it as is. Right, justify this real quick, but make this 88 pixels. Boop! And then let's just yoink this all the way over, except don't forget the rest of it. Close this up. We could have just, yeah, whatever. Export this, same thing, boink, boink. And now, in the project, we'll have more room to work with. This is 3 pixels. This is 2 pixels. Jeez, I hate how offset this is. How far is this? How far is the X away from our items? Oh, they're like butting up against it. Y'all can't even see this. I'm just not realizing. Nah, keep this here. How did this get so off kilter? I guess because these are not perfectly even. I think that's fine. It doesn't need to be that. I think actually we bumped this over a little. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Let's do the rest of them, and then we'll have to make another one for the very bottom. Maybe? We'll see. Oh, this might actually break things. Let's keep it here. If we keep it in this, I think this is like an organized group for a reason. Oops. Like, there's code that grabs all of the children of that collection and then does things to them. Oops. Okay. One more for this. I think we just take like... So this is 32. That's how big the item is. Plus like a little bit of the edge for the numbers. The items are actually not 24 pixels wide. That's what I meant to say. This might be enough. Let's just erase the corners to round them out a little bit. I was gonna call it item row 4, but I wanted to throw this. I don't know where I exported that actually. Go back. Oh, it should be in the UI. It didn't end up there. I don't know where it is though. Maybe it just didn't export. There it is. Ugh, this is nowhere near wide enough. We need to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more pixels. Okay. Easy enough. This will be 40 width now. Left justify this, make it 40. Okay. Yep. Re-export it. Boop. Okay, that looks more synchronous with everything else. Looks good enough to me. It looks better than it did for sure. What the heck? Oh, that's not getting scrolled now or scaled. That's a problem. I'm glad I checked that. Not a huge deal. Basically the same behavior on this. And in the same spots. So here, 0. Here, 0. Or 1. And then here, 0 on the X. I mean Y. Boop. Okay. And that happens so quickly that it doesn't really matter that it doesn't look perfect. Actually... It's not going to be noticeable. It happens in 0.12 seconds. That's fine. Okay. I'm just making a commit message here. What else did I do? That's essentially it. It can merge with no issues, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Confirm the merge, thank you. Okay, back to the main branch. Is Average Atlas working on this stuff while getting his tattoo done? Why were there two origin pulls? Huh? Let's see here. What do I have in this scene now? Is this still busted? It is still busted. That got lost somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe Average Atlas's repository has those things. Okay. Here, I gotta send a text message real quick. That's a cool studio, wherever he is. Let's see if he responds to that message. Otherwise, we're just chilling. I think right now, hold on, I'm gonna eat a slice of pizza. It's sticky pizza. I wonder what happens if I let my microphone wear my headphones. Did that sound cool? Or horrible?
This one's for your mom. Speaking of adjustments, grab your jeans and adjust this.
What was Dan talking about? What is he doing? Is he okay?
Grab your jeans and adjust this.
What are all these clips? Jeez Louise. Sorry, I'm just kind of like meandering. I'm waiting on a response from somebody, and then I have a decision to make. I need to go see what's wrong with my bike, if anything, because I dropped it off almost 2 weeks ago at this point, and I have received no update on as to whether or not I should go pick it up. And I miss it. I think it's relatively safe to say that Average Atlas will not be by soonish, like not within the next couple hours. So I probably have time to go check it on. I probably have good time to like check up on it and see if they're gonna release it to me. Part of me is scared that they like, whoosh. Part of me is scared that they like resold it or something. They thought I was dropping it off for like a resale. If that happened, I bet I could weasel my way into getting a brand new bike though. Although I would feel like sad because I have some history with that bike. Yeah, that bike, I broke a rib on that bike. I lost some skin on the pavement with that bike. Me and that bike are like ride and die, man. Let's see. Blah. God, some of the things we've made for this game are so pretty to me. Like, I'm very happy with the way the like visual aesthetic is coming together. I think these need to be like reworked slightly. Ugh, God, I hate how this keeps bouncing between the two. Let's see, what is it called? These were called inputs. Oh, here they are. Light inputs. Okay. Yeah, see, the problem is that these, like, sit on the tile kind of awkwardly right now. And they just look weird because we had to raise the lights up. You know what I mean? First off, they're weird if you have transparency in them. Ugh. That bug is so bad. We gotta get rid of it. So I think we need to eliminate transparency by adding, even if it's the same color as the background of the tile, so that it doesn't have the light bleeding from it. That's one thing. Another thing we need is some kind of like, I think like a shadow would look kind of good. One of these, this one, we added these like drop shadows that look really good with gold color especially. So I think we can add that and it will create a pretty noticeable difference in the quality of all of these. So moving them up until they're 1 pixel to the top, I think is good. But then essentially everything that has like an underside, I think we create this like pseudo shadow type thing for. Might not look good here, but it'll probably look really good on the tile itself. Same thing here. We need to move it up first. I don't know if like this needs it necessarily. I think that's overkill. Yeah, let's just keep it like this. No. Yeah, let's just do this. And then same thing here. This one could look kind of cool. So this one has negative properties. We need to eliminate those. What color is the tile again? This. Just include that so that it doesn't have the transparency on top of the light. I think the light needs to be emanating from it, but in a way that like this sits on top. And with the transparency, it's kind of breaking the way it looks. Additionally, oh, this is for the moon, but it works already, kind of. Here, let's first off, we still need to we want to make its own layer for this, but I also think we can do some like interior stuff up here that might look cool. I guess it makes sense that it works for the moon. They're all like the same size. And then this would go potential. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. I think it looks kind of cool. Now it looks like it's raised. It's like a raised ring. Cool. This pixel has to go. You raise me up, Josh Groban style. Similar with the transparency issue. Here, you know what? Go back. Eclipse. Give me on your right click. I want the interior. That way, I can say paint bucket tool, just fill these in. Is this worth it? Meh. I think the candle needs to be left, or the flame needs to be left alone. I think that's too much. Sure, why not? Same thing with this. So output tile. This one was one of the worst culprits. Once light was on it, it looked kind of ugly. Boop, 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 beep, 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 boop, boop, beep. Okay. I don't know why I'm keeping these on separate layers, by the way. They're just gonna get crushed down on export. Let's see what this ends up looking like first before we get crazy with anything like this. Okay. I hate that this removed all their names. Sun. Moon. Eclipse. Candle. Lantern. And output. Okay. Now let's, how are they named in the project? Here, let me see if I can do this with relative ease. In the project, these are all called input dash whatever they are. Okay. This is called input dash output. Is that true? Hold on. Wrong folder. That one's just called output. Okay. Let's see if that updated automatically. That looks good. Looks better. I don't really mind that it's kind of butting up against the top of the tile. Input lantern. Candle. Eclipse. Moon. Sun. Okay. Now, if all was going well there, it looks like... Okay, that looks way better with it being on top and also having a little bit of definition. Yeah. Okay, that makes a pretty big difference in the way this looks overall, I think. I still wonder... I wonder if we could make this one look better. It looks fine right now, and I'm not too worried about making updates to that specifically. Let me push those changes up. Okay. Is there anything on the to-do list that I know I need to do these. I'm kind of waiting until Average Atlas gets here for some bug fixes before we get deeper into that. Adjust scenes, so items. This looks pretty good as is. I'm gonna mark that completed. We're very close. All right, folks. I think this is where we're gonna end stream. I'm gonna go take care of some stuff, and then I'm going to Average Atlas and I are gonna sync up, and we're gonna start working on this in much greater focus and concentration detail. The two of us hope to be done with all the major mechanisms today, and I think we will be. Once again, thank you all so much for hanging out on this fine Saturday. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. I might be live tomorrow. It depends. It depends on a handful of things. But until then, I'm gonna send y'all over to... Ooh, where's House? House is almost done with Cosmic Ocean. Let's go watch him cross the finish line. Thank you, 123. Have a great rest of your day as well. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you next time. I'll be in the Discord. Sunday, probably a stream. Definitely Monday, a stream. See you later. Gadoosh!